Yo, welcome.
The sand is dropping.
The sand has started,
Yes.
and here we are.
Remember the Prince of Persia Time of Sands?
Did I ever play that?
Yeah.
No.
It's like that was like the first Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I was good.
Made it to a movie, it was horrible.
I mean, I was never a gamer, and that gave you all the idea you needed.
Bam. Welcome.
Welcome all to Quarter Pot.
Boo. That's you was talking shit about it before. That's why.
Welcome to Popnerdom. Welcome to Popnerdom. Sorry about that. It's
The brain fart.
a brain fart. We used to do that podcast, but now we do this one.
Bam.
And we're very happy with it. Where Hansi and I sit down, talk about some nerdy shit.
Interesting nerding shit.
This is your boy Six.
The boy Hands.
And we're right off to the races.
Bam. The boys too.
The Boys episode 2, fantastic episode.
Really good episode.
It is, it's called Cherry.
Geese.
And it's the one right after Huey and what's his name? Butcher kicked the shit out of the invisible dude. And they take him, they pick up Frenchie. Introduction of Frenchie in the episode.
Yes.
What was your impression of Frenchie?
All right, so boom. First, the episode got old boy in the trunk.
Yeah.
Bup. He wakes up.
Yeah. So
Hilarious moment. This is where you start seeing a true noob and a professional. You know what I mean?
dealing with shit.
Dealing with shit. But that's what he does. You call me up.
I clean the shit up. Right.
I deal with the shit.
Right.
He goes, yes, thank the Lord he's awake. We can let him go.
Right. But just like my son, he ain't going nowhere.
What?
He goes, we all dead. You, me, your dad, your dead mom gonna be right back to the lab. Gonna die.
He's seen our face.
Right. Where do you think he's going?
He goes, no, stop this. I don't want to do this no more. That was so funny to me because they're painting a picture that this is really a regular guy that just wants revenge, that thinks he wants revenge.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He don't know what he wants.
Yeah,
Right?
he really doesn't know what he wants. He's been schmoozed into this association of crazy men. You know what I'm saying? And
He's not ready.
he is not ready.
He doesn't know.
Is not ready.
He doesn't know what he's getting into.
Now, bam, fast forward, we meet Frenchie.
You'll love this guy.
Frenchie in the comics, one of my favorite characters. He's a little crazy. He talks a lot of shit, but he gets the job done.
He's an artist.
Yeah.
He's
In
an
the show, he is
A jack of all trades.
interesting. He's yeah, right. He's a jack of all trades. He knows a little bit about everything. Is basically what he is, and tries to figure out shit. Now, Frenchie creates a way to get rid of the invisible dude. Meanwhile, Starlight is dealing with the deep and what that did to her.
And him being shallow. But before skipping to that,
Yeah.
there's a part where they're, taping up setting up the room.
Right.
And Frenchie goes, oh, you have some experience doing this. Huey goes, mostly sales and installation. Another point to this guy is just a regular guy in the room with some killers.
So that he's basically, this episode is about his transformation and her transformation.
Breaking Bad.
And her transformation
Yes, 'cause
as
she gets to get
Starlight
back. Yup.
to into what the fuck is happening and how we're gonna deal with this,
It's also her climaxing to her getting tired of this shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, it's her really figuring out, like, well, I made it to the big leagues. What does that mean? And then when she beats those guys, in the
when she actually stops crying,
right, then
Yeah.
they all get on her shit, like, yo, that's not why you don't do this like this because you're in the big leagues now. And she's trying to understand that the big leagues is bullshit. But I don't know that she gets it, but I think is a lot of like neck jerking, like, oh shit, I wasn't ready for it to be like this. Oh shit, I wasn't ready to be like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting seeing her dealing with what all of that means.
And another thing that I liked when she told this guy, he was like, "I'll tell them." When Deep was like, "I'll tell everybody you're a whore," she was like, "Bro, you're not even number 2 here.
Yeah, right.
You're
You ain't
literally
shit."
you're the fish guy." That's what she said. You're the fish guy.
You are a nobody.
Everybody here, including me, thinks you're a joke.
Right. You are nobody. Well, fuck him anyways, because he's a piece of shit.
Deep ain't deep at all.
Yeah, I know. But Frenchie, what's your take on Frenchie? First impressions.
First impression, he's a nut. He has to be a nut to deal with Butcher, and they're the same kind of yang. If I can, you
Right,
know,
there's no yin to them.
exactly.
Right?
They're
the same kind of guy.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So it's like fuel and fuel, fire and fire. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
But with his conversation with Huey, what I got from him that he's an artist. He likes to kill, like not kill. He likes to make things go away, and you know what I mean. Like he's very particular with his stuff.
Yeah, my first impression, I didn't like him.
Yeah,
From this, I felt like he's like a shallow character to some degree. I don't know if that's entirely true, but
I originally thought that the first time I watched it, and then watching it more and seeing him, like you got little things that he says in his conversation when he's not just a blow up guy. He's talking to you like on a
on a deeper level.
when he's
kinda.
not Frenchie, he's whatever his mom named him. You know what I mean? He every now and then it just speaks out. You know what I'm saying? Because well, yeah, I'll tell you off air, but 'cause I won't spoil anything.
No, right, but he really is looking into. I don't know. I mean, I feel like he's a jack of all trades. Sure, he's a guy trying to take care of shit. Sure, but is he really all that great? I don't know. I just feel like they make him like his relationship with Butch is obviously. I mean, Butch is a user.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
And he just got played by Butch, and he's just like, I don't fucking.
Oh yeah,
need
because
to
he's
see
seen
you.
his face.
Right.
Yep. He uses the line again.
Right.
Well, now he's seen your face, so
Right.
it's
So
your
like
problem too.
now, right. So now you can deal with it, but
Which was definitely a calculated move by Butch.
of course. But I also feel like it could have been. I wanted to like Frenchie more, and this episode gave me an unlikable Frenchie. He's just like a killer, and that's it. But there's no panache to him until you see him kind of working the problem, like you said, like when he's talking about like the first person he killed,
yep.
and he's like, well, and I saw the dirt under her nails, and I just always think about her, and I carry them on in my brain. Like he's kind of like a Clint Eastwood character, like like in the Men with No Name kind of thing.
Same things.
Right. By the end, by the way, because I don't want to spend all day talking about the episode, but to move it along, by the end of the episode, obviously, also the other thing that's cool about this episode is Homelander. Homelander starts showing like his true colors about what he wants to be, not what he is.
Yes.
But who does he want to be?
That's what I had here, that he's really egotistical and he does things behind the blonde lady's back.
He's really looking for ways to assert himself however he feels he should be asserted. Not that he deserves it, perhaps, but like that's how he wants to be seen. He wants to be seen like a power player, even by like within the company. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
He's the one. I am the one.
right. So he wants to really look into making waves, and I feel like it's interesting that he's looking into pushing place. You know what I'm saying?
Another thing that stood out to me, the scene with A-Train in the hospital
Here comes the A-Train!
was hilarious.
Yo,
That
with the
was
little
hilarious.
kid, like
Oh
I
my
wanted to see.
When he said, well, maybe you can see him next week, and they pan to the doctor. Doctor's like,
No. And then the lady, the blonde lady's like, this guy don't put him off script, dude.
Yeah, don't put him
He
on.
just
That was her
fucks
strike
up.
number one.
Right.
And also, too, when he goes,
Ashley.
maybe if you get better, I can teach you to run as fast as me.
Can I outrun cancer?
Can I outrun cancer? Oh, my God.
Oh my God! Get this guy out of there! I was dying.
that was good.
And that's so fucked up. But that's the point of The Boys. The Boys gives you uncomfortable shit that you're gonna laugh at, and if you don't laugh at it, you're gonna be crying real soon because they really fuck with.
We're
your
definitely going to
perspective.
do a most uncomfortable moments, bro.
Right.
We definitely
like
gotta do
that's
that.
what the point of the show is, kind of like,
definitely
or like the comic book of the show. Like, here's the shit dangling in your face. What you're gonna do with it? And even by the end of the episode, when they actually blow up
Kaputs.
when they blow up the invisible dude, it seems like, oh my God, what the fuck? That's actually kind of funny because he's running away, and Huey's like, no, and that was deep to some degree because he's looking at like don't make a mess picture of the kid on the wall, right? And that's speaking to him about his girlfriend, and it's interesting for sure.
Another good part of the episode too was they give you a little bit of Butcher's backstory and why he's so, you know what I mean,
Right,
driven to.
like at least he gives you how he's so connected to some degree because he obviously works with someone that's in deep, that has power, that has knowledge, that has access to things. I like this episode a lot.
I definitely like it better than the first one.
I like it way better than the better than the first
better.
one. Yeah. And it's such a good. It really sets up a lot of shit in motion. The first one, like you said, was a sampler of what the show is gonna be. This one is really like, this is what we're cooking with here, and it really gives you a lot of the flavor of what the show is like. And I give it an 8. I love this episode. I loved it.
It was really good.
Great. Speaking of things I've seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And I loved every second of it. It's almost 3 hours long. I couldn't feel it.
I'm definitely gonna go watch that.
Brad Pitt is more than fantastic
Yeah, that's what's up, Brady.
because I think like I feels like Brad Pitt in this movie will have like a secondary guy kind of thing because that's why he plays a secondary guy. But the movie really evolves around the two of them really well. He's fantastic. Leo DiCaprio is incredible. The story is more than, I don't know, so well told. It's such a good Tarantino movie.
Okay, I want to see it. You got me excited.
Yeah. And I won't talk about anything on it other than I feel like it's good. There's obviously an element of fantasy to it to some degree, in that Leo DiCaprio plays a guy that's well famous, but like, you never seen him because he's playing like a made up character. But all of the Once Upon a Time movies from Sergio Leone, Once Upon a Time in the West, Once Upon a Time in America,
I'm not interested in your friends in high places, and I don't trust politicians.
are not specifically about anything specific, but they're about things that definitely, there's a 98% chance that they happen to someone, not the characters that he made up.
Vague truths.
Vague truths, but it's like, right. So like, like Once Upon a Time in the West is about a guy that owned a house on a path to where somebody wanted to build train tracks. So he wouldn't sell the property. So, they had to deal with it. And what happens when his soon-to-be bride shows up? And, like, how does she make with what's happening with that situation? But that's something that obviously happened while the West and the East were connected with a train. And Once Upon a Time in America is about Jewish gangsters. And that's something that not a lot of people looked into. But there were gangsters of all kinds in America in the 50s and the 30s.
What people
and the
don't
20s.
know is that Hollywood romanticized the gangsters and the killers to be just Italians.
Right.
I was listening to this podcast called Mafia, and the first season was about the bosses. Most of them, 98% of them, were Italian.
Yeah.
The second was about the hitmen. 75% of them were Jewish.
Yeah. So
Gangsters.
Once Upon a Time in America. So Once Upon a Time in Hollywood has that thing where Leo DiCaprio plays somebody that's somewhat famous, but is famous within a circle of small things. Like back in the day, television was the small world, and movie stars were the big world. And this is a television show star.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's like, well, that could have been anybody back then, because who cared, right? Great movie. I give it a solid 8. I'm really tough on numbers, and it's high up there, man. It's great fucking flick. If you want to hear all my thoughts on it afterwards, go listen to my other podcast that I do with my boy, Two Friends in a Movie.
Two friends in a movie.
And
Two friends in
and
a
I
movie.
put the link underneath so you guys can watch that one on YouTube too. Anyways, on to Rapid Nair Blitz Fire. Let's go.
Go on, Brad John. One time.
Anything else you wanted to talk about before? Wow. Anything else you wanted to mention? Anything else you want to mention before rapid fire?
Bring on the blitz. Hut.
Blitz. All right, let's go. Arrow. Every single episode of the last season of Arrow is building to the story of the crossover, the giant crossover, Crisis on Infinite Earths. It's closing everything in the episodes of Arrow. It's closing all of the things from all 7 seasons, and it's building into the big story, which is supposed to be Crisis of Infinite Earths. How does that feel to you?
Crisis of Infinite Earths. Where is that going to be played on?
It's going to be played on all the episodes.
And is that going to be like a Disney app thing or no?
No, it's on the CW, dude.
I don't care because it's on the CW.
What the fuck, dude?
No.
Crisis is going to be... Dude, listen to me. They're
probably going to sing.
Burt Ward, who was Robin from the 60s,
They're going to sing.
playing Robin. They have... okay, let's mix another thing. Let's mix another thing, but I'm going to end it with this before we go on. They're going to have Linda Carter playing Wonder Woman. Are you crazy, my son? They're going to have Brandon Routh playing
Hopefully they
Superman.
don't CW it. That's all I'm saying. Hopefully they don't CW.
This sounds so fucking huge.
I don't know.
Okay.
They could CW
To jump to the next point, which is married to that, Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman the Animated Series.
I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman.
That motherfucker is going to play an older retired Bruce Wayne, which I'm hoping is going to lead into a live action Batman Beyond. I'm hoping. I don't know. But he's playing Batman for the first time in live action in that. So fucking beat that. What you say about that?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's fucking cool.
Hopefully they don't CW it. They had a sing episode, a crossover sing episode. That means they brought somebody else.
But I understand. But Buffy had a crossover sing episode that was fantastic.
No.
Whatever. You used to whatever. Spiderman about to die.
It's probably only gonna be it's gonna be like a fantasy.
For about 20 issues, then he coming back.
Yup.
Unless they're really trying to make Spider-Man Miles Morales everywhere.
The Spider-Man.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm with it.
Whoa.
Whoa.
We lost power.
We lost power.
Anyway.
Se fue la luz pa' que la abracen.
DC, what you think of this? DC is making Darkseid the main bad guy for the Immortals. So at the same time, DC and Marvel are making movies about these fantastic beings that were created by Jack Kirby. Both of them. Thanos is a specific copy of Darkseid. That's what Thanos is. But now Thanos has shown up first
So he's
in movies.
quote
So quote unquote he's first, and Darkseid is showing up later. How's that feeling?
It's DC. Hopefully they don't DC it up.
Oh, God damn it. What I'm asking is, do you think it's going to be bad for them that they're using Thanos when...
Yeah, because they're...
I mean, when they're using Darkseid when Thanos already came out first.
No, if they do a cool Darkseid, no, because Darkseid is Darkseid.
Right, like do it good. It's not gonna matter.
That's really what it is, honestly.
Darkseid is. You know what that's about?
No.
That everybody that follows Darkseid says Darkseid is like he's God.
Well,
So badass, dude.
he has his own saying.
Fantastic Four villain may not be Doctor Doom.
I feel like they should put all. You know what? No, because Marvel has it, so I trust them.
All right, I think like they're gonna do the Submariner. I've been telling you,
Yeah, you've been-
since they're gonna restart the Marvel universe like it should have started from the get go. But now they have all this background shit that already happened. But they're gonna start it from the start, like the second coming of Marvel from the '60s, because the first superhero basically for Marvel was Captain America in the '40s during the war, but that wasn't even a Marvel comic book, you see, because Marvel didn't come into the '60s. So I think they lay down some foundation, and they have some characters that came after Fantastic Four from that nuclear era superhero. Spiderman they already have. They have the Hulk. They have
See, but now they have a young Spider-Man and they have a Dr. Hulk. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so like,
yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? So like a Dr. Hulk could live a long ass time.
I think it's gonna be. Yeah, that's true.
And we got a super young Spider-Man, so we can milk the shit out of him. We could put him in a long.
I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be the Submariner.
And also too, I like your point. Another point. Hot. Ooh, boom. I feel like the fact that that they said that Spider-Man was regarded as the best Avenger, as the greatest Avenger, even greater than Tony Stark. I feel like
right.
you're
That's gonna
onto
pay off.
something.
That's
Yes.
gonna pay off in these new beginnings of things.
Because he's the OG in a way. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, right now from what's left.
yeah,
right.
like from what's you know what I'm saying?
Right. Because Thor's gone. Everybody's gone. All the Avengers are gone.
Thor not even king no more. Thor's fat. But we're not fat shaming here. We don't do that. We love fat Thor.
I love Fat Thor. He's the best.
Bring him back.
Bring him back. Ben Affleck's Batman was supposed to be about the darkness in his mind, like how he's crazy a little bit. And the new Batman movie that they're making with
He's dead. Didn't he drop out?
he back.
Robert Pattinson, he's back? Oh shit.
Money, 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 money.
They really sold on him.
Money. I think he'll be great. That Batman is supposed to be in the 90s and a beginning Batman, like from scratch. So that what they did with like the Dark Knight Rises and all that, they're kind of doing it again.
Training him and all of
but from
that.
the mid 90s, or a young Batman at least. Which one sounds better to you?
I'd take Ben's.
Right?
I'd take
That would have
Ben.
been fantastic
It would've
to
been
see
trippy
like a little
because
bit trippier.
I think they could have gone real. It would have been
Psychological.
not even that, and it would have been meaningful rated R. Like
I think it could have been like a
Not
like,
senseless for
like
no
a movie
reason.
like Seven. It would have been great with the Batman in it. Oh, so hot. I'm gonna jerk off to that later.
nasty man.
All right, that's it. That's all I had for quick shots.
Quick shots. He's about the quick shot after this.
Yeah.
Damn.
No, actually, I'm sorry. I had something else. I'm sorry, I forgot. The director of Deadpool 2 says Deadpool 3 does not have to be rated.
That's some nonsense. Like, why would you do that?
The director, let me just finish it. The director of Deadpool 2 says Deadpool 3 doesn't have to be rated R. That Marvel doesn't like R and they don't like PG. So that they can come to an agreement somewhere in between because Deadpool doesn't have to be R rated.
Kevin Feige, you lied to us.
But
you said you wouldn't do that.
I think that's more of a him getting in front of the ball. But I think Kevin Feige sees money in Wolverine. He saw money in Wolverine. He saw money in Deadpool being rated R. 2 movies, made a ton of money. I don't know that. I think
not everything is for the kids, bro. Honestly.
Yo, come on.
Like,
Give me something rated R. We said this before. Keep it R. But if it's a good story, I don't care if it's G.
Like how I said about Batman being not senseless thing. You don't got to make it so, like make it make sense. But he's R, bro. I'm sorry. He at least he teeters that line. You know what I'm saying? Like he does, yo. He doesn't. Come on, like he gets. The cool part about him is that the fact that he'll be fighting you and he'll let you chop off his arm just so he can grab you.
Yeah.
That's the cool part
That has
about
to be
him.
that has to be R,
It
dude.
has to
That
be
doesn't
R.
work any other way.
It does not work.
And I'm hoping that that they can shoot off their rocks when they want to make a superhero R-rated movie. Take it to a team of Marvel people that want to make an R-rated superhero movie and let them fucking go crazy on that. Go crazy, Fudge.
Don't do that.
Okay, now we're really done. But my last thoughts are on Picard. Before the Picard show, which I'm very excited about, I've told you I'm super excited about that show. Before that show comes out, there's going to be comic books first that are going to be detailing what exactly happened to Picard that made him leave the Federation and what was it that was the big deal that they're talking about in the show, which I'm sure they'll touch on in the show, but they're going to break it down in the comic book. From November to January is coming out. So it's probably going to be 4 issues or 5. And there's a novel coming out that is more generalized of more history of what happened before he shows up in the show Picard. So I'm really excited about reading about what happened in between. I don't know that I want to read a book on it, but I probably will. Because Picard is sounding better and better and better every day that I read or see something about it. I'm really excited for that show. Any last thoughts for you?
Yes, follow us on Instagram at Popnerdom.
At Popnerdom on Insta. Write us, question us,
Like our shit, share our
like
shit.
our shit. Even though our light went out halfway through the shoot,
They know nothing.
but they see something. You know what? And that's it, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you guys for listening.
Thank you for watching, listening, like, subscribe, send us pictures, share. I don't know. Love you. Peace.
That's the end of the video, and bye. Don't forget to subscribe. That's it.